But I'm just gonna keep it face forward. I'm in Kansas. Going to Walmart over here in a minute. I slept here in the parking lot, and the truck is reaching in. Like that for now. And let me see if I can do this. Get up here. Alright, so I had a little magnet, but I'm gonna have to use some glue on there. I have like the magnets where the steelies that go on the back, and it comes with this little adherence, but I don't actually put it on the phone. I put it on the cover of the phone if I use those. They have one that's like a, let's see if I can find it. There it is. I got it under my jacket. This one, and it clamps, but the clamp thing's not working on it. It's like, I don't know, it's messed up. So I gotta get another one. So y'all can hear the truck reach in, and I'm driving here to Walmart. So I said I was a day early, half a day early. Man, I'm tired. I need home time. I can tell I need it. I was a half a day early because they got the load. I was supposed to pick up the load 17th at 2100. Well, I got the load at 17th in the morning, so that's a half a day early. Well, with the snow, I shut it down, which was a very, very smart move. I saw I had to detour, like the company had me, they had like a couple extra hours on this. My GPS shaved it down by 2 hours on how to get here. But it's good because I went with my GPS, but on top of that, the route that they were taking me, the road was backed up. And down that route, there was construction that shut down roads. Anytime after a storm, guys, definitely check 511. Anytime you're in areas, especially state roads, even sometimes it's not, but they had construction and they had snow issues. So they would clean up the road. It was a state highway in Nebraska. So I went down to the U.S. Highway 183. Thank God, the truck is still on. Oh, and then I got to get deaf because I'm only down to one bar. I was going to get it the other place, but all the trucks started coming in because of the snow, and I couldn't back up.
A new message has arrived.
Okay. I couldn't back up. So at that point, I just like, okay, I have 2 bars. I'm cool. I'll wait till the next fuel stop. We're coming in here. I went down to 1 bar. So I'm trying to have them open up emergency fuel for our emergency deaf for me at the Loves over here because I'm down to 1 bar. Getting ready to head out of here. But what I saw, I went 183. It's 183 opposed to I think it was State Highway 44 or something like that. I went U.S. Highway 183. I think it was the detour. That damn highway, y'all. The truck had, or not truck, but the car coming down out of Nebraska, headed towards Kansas. I'm pretty sure by what I saw, they probably hit black ice. It had careened off the freeway, had dipped down, and you can see where and was on his side, and he had the yellow tape on it. If that person came out alive, they need to go lay at the altar and talk to Jesus. Yes, they do. Find out what their purpose in life is, because it was bad. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about is don't be bamboozled, okay? Real quick, to tell y'all a quick story. So, while I was down, I listened to some YouTube, pretty much what I did. And one of the videos I listened to, I can't remember who did it, because I listened to a couple of different trucking groups. I think it was a Prime group. Might have been Nick and Carla. I think it was theirs. Apparently, somebody reached out to them, I think it was theirs, and told them that they were with their trainer, they had done everything, and that they wouldn't have any trucks available for him or her for, like, sometime well after the first of the year, like months, like a couple of months. And people in the comments like, you getting played, who told you that? So I'm going to tell y'all my story, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all, be careful with these mentors and trainers, especially if they own their own trucks. Even if they don't own their own trucks, y'all be careful, okay? Especially if you're new. lot of game out here. You got truckers that'll play game on you. These are some slick willy folks out here. Okay, so you got to be on your game. Okay, and you got to be sometimes willing to make extra steps you need to make. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all the story. I try to think. So I started with one company so I went to trucking school. I started, when you get out of trucking school, you have to go out with a mentor person for the company you're going to work for because you're a new driver. So one company I went out with 3 different trainers. Okay, the first one, racial first one. The second one had issues too. He basically had women issues. He was rolling us out. Like, you really shouldn't be out here. You should probably be home. One of the Texas guys that think women should be at home. Talked about his girlfriend or wife or whatever she was that was at home taking care of his daughter. One of them. So then I finally asked for a female driver. And she was good, except she had cowboy issues too, right? This one where the load shifted and the truck slid. So, very cowboy company. So I came over to something with them, okay? And I had gotten a different trainer, and our first guy they gave me, we clicked. It was instant. We were gonna work. And it was funny because the same thing happened when I came back. I had another guy that gave me was an owner-op brother out of Cali, and we had the same last name. We were wondering if we were almost related because I have family in Cali on my mother's side that I don't know them, but my aunt knew of their family, and when I sent her a picture, she said he do look like some of our people. So anyway, it clicked. Okay, we clicked. But anyway, so back when in 2010 when I came over here, I had the first Spanish guy I had. He was a dedicated container driver owner-op. He's like, dude, I'm gonna show you the ports. It's easy. You can make good money. You just gotta learn the pattern. Okay. Strangely, TV Watcher was a container driver, but we didn't do a lot of container loads. We did a few, but not a lot. So I was gonna supposedly deal with him, and that fell through. He had stopped on a high value load prior to me before the 2 hours. You have to drive high value for 2 hours before you can stop. And so they put him on some kind of corrective action, and then they made me get off the truck. So we hadn't even gotten out of Phoenix. We just went and picked up the Bose load, and then they took me off the truck. And they gave me a whole another trainer because he was going to be under corrective action. And he just suspended from training for 30 days or whatever. But they wanted to get me going. So they gave me another dude. This dude worked for an owner-op, or at least purchase op with the company, okay? And JC doesn't have this video up anymore, but he did a video about working for an owner-op. And I'm telling you, one of the reasons why, even though you can meet some really cool people, I'm very cautious when I work for owner-op, if I ever had to work for an owner-op, because I just heard horror stories, and I've had some friends go through some horror stories. So, real quick, what ended up happening, I got on the truck, and back then when I got a truck, I could back my behind off, I could drive my butt off. So the first thing the dude tried to do was talk me into coming in team with him to work for this owner-op dude. Then he showed me some of the owner-op's trucks and tried to have me come over and tell me how much of a good guy this dude was. All this, and that wasn't what I was interested in, okay? Let me explain something to you guys. If you go out of trucking school and go work for a lease purchase op, your reporting is not as good as working for a major company on your trucking resume, number one, okay? Number two, they just want you cheap labor, and you don't even know. This dude wasn't even paying the dude I was running with on time. Half the time I was on his truck, I was paying for our food, okay? Because the dude when he had sandwiches, if he run out of food, I'd pay for it. I was like, dude, let me just pay me back later. And he'd have to wait and then pay me back. That's how, I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you. Be careful you not being bamboozled, newbies, okay? Be careful because this dude may just want to get over so you can be cheap labor to him, cheap miles, and he make more money off of you, okay? Don't even trust, and I hate to say it because you don't know if he's partnering with somebody up in that office. If it's somebody he reports to and they telling you this, you go find an independent person and you say, look, I've upgraded, did my testing. I want a truck. What's going on? Okay. Now, if that company's not willing to give you a truck, there could be some other issues going on. Either A, you didn't test out really well, and they want you to go bye-bye. But instead of terming you, what they doing is either letting you go with that owner op for a longer time frame, or they hoping that you just quit. Okay? And sometimes that's your best move, is maybe you do need more training. Okay? That's just the reality. You have a certain length of time. I don't know the chicken or the egg, but I do know that you need to be asking some damn questions. Because if they telling you 2, 3, 4 months to get a truck, something ain't right. And if it's coming from the company, something ain't right. Because too much freight out here. There's freight. There's a driver shortage of over 200,000 drivers in America. I've been reading articles left and right. Okay? There's a huge shortage, and they talk about the companies throwing money at the shortage. That is not, money is the issue. It's part of the issue. But the bigger issue is driver treatment. And me and Bill just had a very long trucking conversation during my snow time regarding this, because he's leaving his company based on driver treatment. He makes decent money, but the driver treatment, he got pissed about treatment. It's a combination of all of the above, okay? And I'm not going to get into that now, but it's a combination into equipment maintenance, making it less hassle dealing with the company, dealing with drama, dealing with customers. DeeBoy Stance did a hilarious video on reefer drivers and what we go through. A lot of that BS, even dealing with the customers, is some massive effing drama. Just let's go there. So, but don't trust what somebody told you. If they talking about things, I don't know, something just didn't sound right. It almost sounded as if the owner op is trying to get, or whoever it is who trained you is trying to get more miles out of this driver. And it's something didn't feel right, and it took me back to the dude. I mean, he was pestering the crap out of me about working for this owner op. I'm like, and finally I just went off. I said, look, bro, don't ask me no damn more to work for your owner op. You're not getting paid on time, number one. Number two, I'm just out of trucking school. I want company thing on my driving resume so I know how that works. I'm not going to come out of trucking school and work for an owner op. And a lot of people were doing that, and then it sets them back, because if the owner op or the lease purchase op goes out of business, the trucking companies don't have anybody else to verify with. So you got a 6 months, a year, whatever you work for this person that's in the trash, that's no reporting. Okay, it was bad back then. I don't know how it is now, but I know it was bad back then. But don't buy the okie doke. Don't be bamboozled. Anyway, y'all, let me get up in here in this Walmart, grab what I need, because I don't need much, and then I'm going to get on the road. They rescheduled me tomorrow. I'll be there tonight. They rescheduled me for tomorrow. Anyway, peace.